This is episode number 181 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're a DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowner Show. We're so glad that you could join us for another live episode of the Homeowner Show here in the Homeowner Show studios.
We're here.
How you doing, Kev?
Man, I am just trying to survive life and all of the things surrounding selling your house. And it is a weird time. But hey, it's happening.
Yeah.
We're going to move through it.
That's right.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be okay.
And everything's going to move forward.
I'm going to get you there, buddy.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing really good. Yeah, well, if you want to, later on in the show, we can dig into a little bit of the stuff you're going through, because I don't mind talking about it if you don't mind talking about it.
No, I don't mind talking about it. I think that I don't want to say everything,
Right.
Because I do think that there's some stuff that, we're not done yet.
Right.
So I don't really want to, put too much out there, but I don't mind talking about a few things. We'll see.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You'll let you share what you want to share.
Sure.
Yeah. So I have, it's not really like a confession. So I started listening to, let me preface it with this.
Okay.
I never got into Duck Dynasty.
Okay.
Like, fun show.
I got into it for a while.
Uh-huh.
Just to see what would happen.
Sure. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
It definitely was a thing. It was one of those.
I didn't realize it went on for like 11 seasons.
Yeah, it went on a long time, but I think that's part of the thing, though, is like it switched networks.
Yes.
So it changed a little bit, and it morphed, and some of the things that Phil was allowed to do, he was no longer allowed to do.
Right.
And he was basically, if I can't do what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it somewhere else. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But along the way, I found those guys fascinating.
Oh, they are fascinating,
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started listening to, so Phil and his son Jace have a podcast that they're doing now with the other brother Al, who was occasionally on the show, but not always on the show because he was the preacher.
Yeah, I remember him.
So they have a podcast now called Unashamed.
Okay.
And it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
And I'd started listening to it. And so because I was listening to that, and a lot of times I would listen to it like in the truck, like on YouTube or something like that. Well, because of that, like YouTube started showing me like, hey, do you want to watch this full episode of Duck Dynasty? And I was like, there's full episodes of Duck Dynasty on YouTube?
That's interesting.
So there's like full episodes.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was listening to something in the kitchen while I was cooking the other day, and my son comes in and he's like, well, what's this? And I was like, this is Duck Dynasty. And he's like, what are they doing? And I was like, whatever they want.
Right.
And I was like, what do they do? And I was like, well, they make duck calls, but they just basically goof off in the woods. And he's like, really? And he was like, yeah. I was like, what are they doing right now? And at that moment, I was listening to an episode from season 1 where they find beavers on the land.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
And they go freaking nuts about these beavers, which I get it. Like I've run across some beaver damage. Like those guys are the worst.
Yep.
But like at one point, like Phil like shoots a radio, and like Cy, who's the crazy uncle, throws napalm in a beaver hole.
I remember.
And like my son was cracking up.
Oh.
And so he's like, when can we watch Duck Dynasty again? I'm like, seriously? Like this is a thing now? Like,
wow.
So he's into it.
So what I have to tell everybody that whenever I walked into the studio a few minutes ago,
that's what I was.
You were watching it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're hooked.
Well, no, what we're going to talk about tonight, I was in here working on.
Yeah.
And I just had noise on. And so I just turned on YouTube and it starts playing.
And there it was.
So as a result of that, my son has now planned a men's day.
Okay.
For this coming Friday.
With who?
Me.
That's so good. A men's day.
Yeah.
With you're the only man.
Yeah. Well,
it should be man and boy day.
It should be fair. My son is usually left at home with 3 women.
Yeah, poor kid.
And so he is constantly saying like, "Hey, when can we just go do guy stuff, me and you?" And so this Friday,
It is.
we're having a man's day.
So what are you gonna do?
So we're supposed to start by picking up breakfast
Okay.
early in the morning because we're gonna go do a hog hunt
Oh,
out in the national forest.
really?
Yes, that
Okay.
he wants to experience that.
Okay.
So it'll probably get ugly if we actually end up getting one.
Yes. Those things are, well, first of all, hogs, I mean, it's open season
All year long.
with hogs. It's all
Dude,
year long. If you find them, kill them.
Certain
you know?
counties in Texas have reopened the bounty.
Really?
Yes. Now it was $5 a tail in those counties. One county in particular just upped it to 10.
Okay.
So which is not a whole lot.
No, well, it depends. I mean, the thing with a lot of these hogs is they run in packs, man.
Exactly. If
So
you
you
mow
could-
down like
yeah.
20 of them,
Yeah.
which they don't care.
No.
They really don't.
Well, because
I don't think it's responsible to do that
Sure.
and to just harvest the tails and go collect the bounty. I don't think that's a good idea.
Sure.
But you know that there's guys out there that'll do it,
100%.
and it wouldn't be hard for them either.
Yeah, but the problem is if you kill one and you're not just going to harvest the tail, those things are big.
They can be.
They're heavy,
Yes.
they're dense, and they're not worth anything. I mean, you're not going to get anything out of them.
Oh, you can eat them.
I mean, you can,
I'm gonna.
but okay. Yeah, I mean, some
I'm
of
not
them
gonna
you
waste
can.
it.
Well, I mean, some of them you can, but some of them it's not worth it, man. Some of it you're going to get and you're going to go, I don't think.
I can point you to some to a couple of chefs up in Austin that would strongly disagree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, there's what's that guy's name? He's like a redheaded chef up in Austin. He's been on Rogan's podcast.
Okay.
Like Rogan really likes his restaurant because he does nothing but like wild Texas game.
Interesting.
And like one of his main things is wild hogs.
Okay.
So
I mean, hey,
he's also been
Go
on
get
the
all you can.
he's been on the Meat Eater show,
oh yeah.
the one on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
He's been on that show as well.
See,
He's big buddies with Ranella.
Okay, well, I'm about to be freezerless for a while.
Ah,
I mean, I've got we bought a big, nice freezer from Megan Anderson, you know, over what is it, Renova, right?
y'all bought a
Renova,
freezer from them?
We bought a freezer from them. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's right, because yours died.
It did, man.
You had like the ice cream freezer, right?
Yeah, we did, and the ice cream freezer was great. Glad to have it, but man, we needed a freezer. We got a great one from them, and I mean, we're just not gonna have a place for it for a while. And so we're gonna. I actually told my wife the other day. I was like, we gotta eat all that food. Like we gotta eat all of it. And I think a lot of people that buy freezers.
Did you see a place to plug it in?
Well, yeah, probably. But I mean, there's not a place
Plug it
where
in here. I don't care.
where we're moving. There's not a place.
Uh-huh.
But it's one of those deals. Maybe we will plug it in here. But it's one of those deals where it's like,
The rent is reasonable.
yeah, I bet. it's like, you know, you stuff your freezer
Yeah.
because you have one, and then you're like, I'm not eating all this. I should have eaten all of it, but I didn't.
But I ain't gonna.
It's catch-22. So, but if you had a hog or you know, half a cow or something,
Yeah.
man, blaze through that thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we would.
Yeah. So we split like a half a steer with my folks every year.
Yeah,
And like it doesn't last long.
It's a great deal, man. It really
Yeah.
is. So, anyway.
So that's the first part of the day. And then
okay.
the second part of the day, he's like, well, when we get done with that, we're gonna have lunch and cheeseburgers, and then we'll play video games, and then we'll go get tacos. Oh. So I mean, it's not a bad day.
I have a new question.
Uh-huh.
Can I come? It's men's day. Men's day.
Yeah, men's day.
Well, there needs to be more than one man then.
Yeah.
In order for that to happen.
You might have to
So
apply. I don't know how that works.
I guess I'm gonna have to ask him. I did give him a pretty good hug earlier. Like he might think
He's
this is-
ramrodding this deal.
I mean, I told him some of my old nicknames, and he may feel a certain connection.
So
All of a sudden, you never know.
you might be able to sneak in. I don't know. You got any camo?
Well, my son does, and I actually at one point I had camo face paint.
Okay.
I don't know if I have it. I know where it would be. So if
It's not a bad time to get it right now. It's like all on clearance at Academy. So
yeah,
because we were supposed to go. Hunting this past year. And
that's true. That didn't happen.
blew me off.
That's true. But I will say that at least they have something in the hunting section because they ain't got bullets.
Yeah, dude. It's a bullet ammo shortage again.
Although
I will say this, that's actually where I ran into Brandy and Ryan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Looking for bullets?
Well, I was coming out and they were going in.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, oh, we're shopping for ammo. And I was like, well, unless you're looking for like 9mm or 223, good luck.
Right.
Or 22. You can get plenty of 22.
Yeah.
So
you can find 9mm right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got lots of 9mm.
I mean, I got a couple of those.
Well, it seems like they ramped up the stuff that they were short on in COVID.
And then they...
and so now everything else is gone.
It's a catch-22.
And so, but they asked me if they had like shotgun shells, and I was like, man, I wasn't looking for shotguns. I was looking for like 30-30 and some other stuff. So, but yeah, so like plenty of 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm stacked to the rafters with 9s. I got plenty of 22s.
Nice.
22
you can buy by the bucket, man. That's a great thing about
I love
22s. 22 is so great, man. Like, you can just buy them by the bucket. It's so funny.
It's so fun to shoot too.
It is. It's like a little pea shirt. It's like ting 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 ting.
So, it's really fun to shoot. My only frustration is it gets jammed so often most of the time.
Yeah, but although I actually shot a Browning 22 the pistol. Oh, it was so good, man.
Yeah,
I never jammed.
Really?
I mean, like maybe 1 in 200.
I don't. Well, we have a Ruger 22 pistol, which is super fun to shoot.
Sure.
Like all of my kids can shoot it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, it has no backfire to it, so it's super easy.
So when it gets jammed, I think it has zero to do with the gun. I think it has everything to do
with the ammo.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I
believe that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
The ammo's cheap.
For 22.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Not even close.
So, although we have done a gun episode.
We did, and that was with my brother-in-law.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
We should probably have him back for something.
Yeah.
I don't know what. James isn't listening right now, though. But no, we have a couple of cool things. It was something that I installed in my house a long time ago that I was super intrigued with. I don't think we ever did an episode on it. I was super intrigued with it.
You can't go any further.
I won't.
Pay the bills.
Oh, is it my turn first?
Yeah.
All right.
It's always your turn.
It's all my turn. All right. First of all, our episode is brought to you by Sustained Growth Solution, your number one best option for finding good referral quality leads sent directly to your business. A lot of these lead generation companies out there, they help you get leads, but they're also selling that lead to a lot of other people. Sustained Growth Solutions does things different. They work with one contractor and send all their leads exclusively to one contractor. It's a great, new, innovative option for people that are looking for leads in their niche. So just give them a call. Check them out. See what they can do for you. Actually, the best way to get a hold of them is to contact them at info@sustainedgrowthsolutions.com. Great quality leads. They can also do other things too. They do all kinds of digital marketing, website design, SEO, other things. They just started doing, and you might not even know this, they just started doing social media management.
Ooh, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, they'll completely take care of your social media management. They do all the content creation, and they just lump it into kind of one monthly payment. Really, really cool option. So anyway, they can do all your digital marketing needs. Lead generation's huge, though. I mean, getting good quality business, great option. So info@sustainedgrowthsolutions.com is the way you can get a hold of them. And yeah, check them out today. What about you?
This episode is also brought to you by TermaSave. TermaSave is the only residential termite warranty business out there. Let me tell you guys something. If you ever have termites, just go ahead and get ready to pay a lot of money because it is going to be an expensive treatment. I know this from experience. And if you're not paying a lot of money, you're probably getting scammed.
Yeah.
Because termite work is extremely expensive, and it's because it's an extremely expensive pest and does a lot of damage to your home and or it could do a lot of damage to your home. Hopefully you catch it early and it doesn't do any damage at all. But anyway, TermaSave is the only residential warranty company that will cover your home against termites, meaning if you ever get termites on your home, the treatment for those termites is just covered, and the warranty lasts forever as long as you decide to keep the warranty. For only $35 a month, protect your home today with TermaSave. You can email them at info@termasave.com and get started with your inspection and warranty today.
That might actually come up later.
It might.
We'll see how the episode goes, but it might come up later.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Until, like today,
Okay.
because I was today years old. I learned about this 2 weeks ago, but I was the same age I was then as I am now.
Okay.
So I was today years old when I learned what goof rings are.
Oh, man. I had no clue.
Yeah?
You showed it to me,
Uh-huh.
and I said, that looks like a giant donut. And you said it's called a goof ring. I'm like, okay,
Uh-huh.
tell me more.
Yeah.
And that's all I knew.
That's all you knew too?
That's all I knew.
That actually makes me feel better because I
Okay.
was like, maybe I'm just the idiot that didn't know about these.
No, I mean, whenever you showed it to me, I went,
It makes total sense when you
it
see
makes
it.
total sense.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, there are other products that use this and you didn't even know, like Ecobee.
Uh-huh. They have a goof ring.
They have a goof ring, and
Yeah.
most people are going to install it. I did. It's on yours.
I put it on mine.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it was.
I didn't either. But
So,
yeah,
so a lot of products come with it already because they know.
they know.
Yeah.
You've already goofed.
So here's the short end of the business that we're dealing with today.
Yeah.
A goof ring covers up a goof cut
Yes.
or a previously installed item that had a bigger hole where you wanted to install something that had made a smaller hole.
Mm-hmm.
So in this particular room, I am not a great, remodeler?
What would you call that? Remodeler.
So like I'm good at some things.
Sure.
I'm a great faker at many things.
I
But
agree.
lining up where holes go on a piece of paneling on the ceiling, not my thing.
Yeah. So first of all, a lot of these lights that you buy to install in your home, especially let's take can light for example, because that's what we're going to
It's
talk
recessed
about.
lighting, yeah.
Recessed lighting. They come with templates.
Yeah.
Many of them do. But you're also installing many of those in sheetrock.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So it's pretty simple. You take the template, you put it up on the wall, you draw around it with a pencil, and you take a sheetrock knife. That's hard to say, apparently. Sheetrock knife, and you jam it up there, saw around the circle, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But like in here, you didn't do it that way.
No.
You got wood
Yes.
that you're actually carving into, right? A sheetrock knife isn't going to do it. So you're using like a reciprocating saw or something, trying to cut out the hole for recessed lighting, and it's challenging. And even if you're using a sheetrock knife, it could slip.
Yep.
You can make a problem, and you got to figure out what to do. One of the things you could do is hire someone to come out and fix it, or
Just do it yourself.
Amazon.com.
Get you a goof ring.
Get you a goof ring.
So in this room in particular, a lot of people probably haven't seen the ceiling in here. One, because I haven't wanted to show it because I'm not done with it.
Yeah.
But we've got beadboard on this side,
Sure.
and then corrugated metal on that side.
Right.
And so I've got recessed lighting on both sides.
And let's just be honest. The lighting in this room has left a lot to be desired over the years.
Yes.
Which is why people don't really know we've got extra lights in here.
Yeah, we've tried to upgrade the lighting.
Yes.
So all that being said, I pre-wired the lights and then pre-installed the recessed lighting because I used the deep cans
Sure.
in case I ever wanted to use actual bulbs and those kinds of things. We're going to get to that in a minute because we just upgraded some other stuff in here as well.
Sure.
I didn't know how you measure for that, and I also didn't have a 6-inch hole saw.
Yeah, those are great.
And expensive.
But they're, I mean, a 6-inch hole saw can cost you $50,
if not more.
if not more. I mean,
I remember it being a lot more. I think it was like $80 when I went to go shop it, and I was like, man, I can't justify that for 4 holes, and only 2 of them this thing's gonna work on, because it really only work on the wood, and then I need to cut a hole in the metal.
Yeah, the metal's different. And look, I mean, for some people, you might go, okay, I can buy an $80 hole saw, get this done, or I can do it myself without the $80 hole saw, get really frustrated, and then buy goof rings.
That's what I did. That's what I did. But I didn't know that goof rings was an option.
Sure.
When I did what I did in here, I thought in my brain, surely there's going to be, because even like all this recessed lighting, you can usually buy baffles.
Yeah.
And I just thought in my head, surely I can get a baffle that's wide enough that's going to cover this hole, because I ended up cutting square holes, and they were like 12 inches square.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
They were 6 inches square, probably.
Well, like diagonally, they were like 12 inches across.
Yes.
So that's what I meant to say.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, they were square, and I couldn't find a lighting baffle big enough to cover the hole.
Okay.
It would just leave like these big gaping corners. And I was like, well, maybe somebody makes like something custom, because at this point it's going to be worth it for me to like pay that.
Right.
Because whatever I'm going to pay for that is still going to be less than the $80 hole saw.
And your frustration level is going to be a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So after quite a bit of research and time, what I ended up finding was that they have these things called goof rings, which just expand the exterior of the baffle.
Yeah, and so I've seen this before with like ceiling fans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but they make them decorative, right? Like
Right.
they're etched in certain ways. They almost look carved or whatever.
Right.
But it's the same type of thing. It's a goof ring.
Yeah.
It's just a goof ring. And so if you look up and you see your ceiling fan is not a ceiling hugger, right, where it's right up against it. But it's got like this cool little ring up on the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's a goof ring.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But it's decorative.
And I guess I'm going to have to take a picture of these and post them up on social so people can get an idea as to what I'm talking about. So what I ended up finding is that you can buy custom goof rings on Amazon.
Yeah.
And so they will actually, basically, they're like almost like 3D printed.
Interesting.
Where you can set the exterior perimeter measurement as well as the interior perimeter measurement. And so I knew that I could get a 6-inch baffle, because that's what I bought was 6-inch recessed lighting. And so I knew that if I bought a 6-inch baffle, that would cover about 8 inches. So it would cover that 6-inch hole, but it would go inside a 6-inch hole. And then I knew that from corner to corner, I was looking at about 12 inches.
Okay.
And so as long as I got a 12-inch goof ring,
should be good.
I was in good shape. And lo and behold,
boom,
it works.
It works.
And it just looks like a bigger piece of trim.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. It's just a bigger piece of trim. And so, even on our Ecobee, it looks like it should.
Right.
It looks like it was intended to be there. And I think we do this with a lot of different things, but for recessed lighting, it actually provides a pretty cool, like, aesthetic to it. Now, here's my question. Are they paintable?
They are paintable.
Okay.
I don't know why you would these, though.
Well, not these, but I mean, if you had a certain color in your room or something, and you really just did want it to blend in a little bit,
you could totally paint it.
Or if you just wanted an accent and you didn't want white, I mean, there could be a reason to paint them.
Yeah, and
but some plastic is not paintable,
Right, and these even have 2 sides to them.
Oh,
they have a matte side
and a glossy
side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that that was kind of nice.
I assume, from what I'm looking at, we're on matte.
Yes.
Okay.
I figured it would go with what I had.
Yeah, glossy. we're not really.
I mean, even
The homeowner show is not really glossy.
It's not very glossy.
No, it's not glossy.
No, we're not glossy people. But even on the metal side, where it's got like a little bit more, I guess, sparkle to it.
Yeah.
Like I have the white ones up there as well.
It looks great.
So
it looks great.
It looks like it's supposed to. So when I was doing that, I went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and upgrade the lights to some LED retrofits.
Yes.
So these are actually pretty cool. So if you have recessed lighting, what I have, which is traditional screw and bulb, it's just an LED that screws in to a traditional socket, and then it's just a flat panel that locks into that, what do you call that?
The can.
The can.
Yeah.
So they don't feel super secure.
But they are.
They're pretty secure.
I mean, they haven't fallen yet.
They haven't fallen yet.
So and there's different kinds of these. Let's just talk about this for a second, because you bought the ones that screw into the
light
socket, right? But they make others. I've got some in my house that are box. They've got a box, electrical box,
right?
It's pretty simple. I mean, I was able to do it. So
and you can do that with these as well.
Oh, you can. You can wire them in.
Yeah, because the I forget what you call it. Anyway, you can detach that socket.
Oh, okay.
And
it's a
pigtail. Yeah, it's a pigtail.
It's just a pigtail.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you. It's a pigtail that you can unplug.
Yeah.
And then you could either wire into the pigtail, or you could buy another pigtail. So anyway, these are you've got them right there. What are they? What is it, Ego Smart?
The ones that I'm looking at here, and I'll see if I can put them in front of the camera here.
Back it up a little bit. They can't see that. There you go. Perfect.
There it is. The EcoSmart 65 watt LED. These are the soft white. On the back, it gives you some information on how those things kind of go in. So I can see, just looking at these right now, you can hardwire them or just put them into the socket. But I think that the great thing about that is, depending on whatever type of system you've got, one of the things that's great about these is they're so thin.
Yes.
They're only the thickness of like sheetrock. And
they're probably thinner than that.
They are. And here's the reason. It is super, like, if let's say you're installing them with the box instead of the screw-in bulb. Typically, the screw-in bulb has already been previously installed. You're good to go, right? What I did is I retrofitted these things, and so we had a fixture, but it was just a single wire basically coming down out of the ceiling, and so when I went to cut them in, I had to cut in the 6-inch hole, right? Well, depending on where I chose to put that, I could very easily have come across a joist,
right?
I mean, if I was cutting a 6-inch hole and I hit a joist and I was trying to put a can light there, I'd be screwed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Well, with these, they're only the thickness of sheetrock.
Yeah.
So you could put it up and basically
wire it
push
in
that
first
wire around either side of that joist, and you don't have to worry about hitting a joist.
Yeah.
And it's just because these LED lights, they're flat, they don't need the depth of an incandescent light or something like that. So it made it super easy, and it made it easy to retrofit things really easily.
I don't know if you remember, it's exactly what I did with my duck box.
That's right. In your living room upstairs, the second floor, you did the very same thing.
Yeah. And that's the only reason we could do it. And we bought, I think we used ones like these with the pigtails. I just took the pigtails off and then just hardwired them in. I did them in series into one plug.
Yeah. And so, look here, I think some people are probably looking at listening to this going, that's all electrical work. I couldn't do it. I don't want to do it.
No, it's not hard.
I promise you, if I was able to do it, you could do it.
Yeah.
In fact,
is it the black one or the white one?
Yeah, exactly.
I got the white one. Don't put the black one on the white one.
Right. And if you do, it's just going to turn on when you turn it off. That's
right.
all. But So I talked to Weston
Uh-huh.
whenever I bought these, and I was like, "Hey man, I wanna install these. Do you do that?" And he goes, "Yeah." But why do you need me to do it? And I was like, "Because I don't want to." And he goes, "Okay, I mean, I'll do it. But it's super simple, man."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Really? Like you're telling me this? Like I'm
For those of you
offering
that
to
don't
pay
know,
you."
Weston is the electrician that we've had on the show before.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm trying to pay you here, and you're telling me don't pay me." And I did it, and it was super easy. And I think that if I'm able to do it, anybody can do it.
Well, and so with these, part of the reason I put these in here, one, they're dimmable.
Yes.
So 2, they're going to use a lot less electricity. 3,
Always.
they're giving off,
A lot more light.
a lot more light.
In fact, when we started recording, I was like, something's different because we had more light.
More light.
Yep.
So, and then I actually went into the hardware store with the intention of buying some baffles and new light bulbs.
Okay.
The baffles alone were going to be like $24 a piece for the baffles.
Sheesh.
And so just so you know, I bought 4 goof rings for in here. That's how many recessed lights are in this room.
Right.
And those were like $30
For 4.
for 4 of them.
Okay.
Which that's not cheap.
No, but it's a lot cheaper than hiring someone to come in and fix it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they look good.
They look great.
So and so when I was at the store, I found these Eco Smarts, and the Eco Smarts for the 4 LEDs. I want to get this. I think it was like $24.
Yeah.
For all 4 of them.
It is so. I mean, it's so inexpensive.
And so like for the price of like one baffle, I got the exact thing that I needed.
Yep.
Plus the light.
Right.
And I was like, this is a no-brainer.
And you can order you bought them at the store.
Yeah.
So you can get these at any box store, Home Depot, Lowe's. You probably you buy
Eco
these at
Smart?
McCoy's.
I got those at Home Depot.
I think so too. Yeah. I bought the ones that I bought on Amazon.
Okay.
So mine came.
Well, what I'm wondering
like
is
that.
I don't know if Eco Smart is in Home Depot and Lowe's.
I don't
and
remember
what stores they're actually in.
I don't remember.
I think I'm almost positive that I got those at Home Depot.
Okay. But that's the thing is they're so much more common these days, and they're so easy to retrofit, so easy. So I wouldn't be, and especially with these. I mean, if you've got traditional can lights and you just want to upgrade to a different light that looks a little more sleek and a little more, you don't have that bulb look. It's just flat and it looks really nice. These are easy. They just literally screw into your socket.
Yeah.
And so it's like changing a light bulb.
It really is.
Really that easy. So it's easy.
And they're cheap. I mean, for what
I mean, they're LEDs. And I know some of you have probably had the same experience that I've had. Oh, these LEDs are supposed to last 485 years, right?
What does it say on there? It actually says like 300
It
and
says
something.
35,000 hours.
35,000 hours.
But that being said, like there's times whenever it lasts like 2 years.
Sure.
And it's like I turned that on 4 times. Why is it not working? Stuff
breaks, man.
Stuff breaks. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, for that price, you're using a lot less electricity.
I mean, for 4 light bulbs, I'm paying more than that.
Right. Like, I don't even get mad when my kids leave the light on now. I'm like, you just cost me 13 cents, mister.
Yeah.
It was on for 4 days. It's like, that's not that big of a
Skin
deal.
your hide, boy.
Yeah. I was like, I can't even.
Do you realize what that is with inflation?
I can't even keep a straight face when I say that, So, anyway.
Well, we're 35 minutes. Do you want to talk about the other light real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I took apart an old propane heater.
Yeah.
Because I needed the parts
Right.
to make another propane heater work.
Sure.
Which I got that to work, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I was super stoked about that. So I've got
Nice.
2 outdoor propane heaters.
Woo.
Yeah. But I had all these extra parts left over, and I was like, well, I don't want to just throw them away. So there were some parts off it that I took to try and use for some other projects. One is the grill off the top. I don't know if I'm describing this accurately, but you've got those tower propane heaters, and it's got the grill at the top that glows red when it's been on for a while.
Right.
So I took that off, and I turned it upside down, and I installed a bulb receiver for a light bulb.
Okay.
On the inside.
Yeah.
And then I put an LED bulb in that, and I hung it over the horse feed area so that my daughter can have a little bit more light when she's feeding the horses at night.
Right.
And it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it's got all like those little tiny holes in the metal, it gives off like just a cool ambient light.
Right.
She's so excited when she comes out in the barn now. She's like, I love the light. It looks so cool. Like I can actually see what I'm doing.
Right.
So
it's great.
And I mean, I got the part for free because it was on a broken propane heater. And I think the bulb receiver, I think that was like $2. And then I cut off an old extension cord that had some holes in it. And I wired it into that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Dude, I saw maybe the oldest extension cord I've ever seen in my life the other day.
That's dangerous.
It was, first of all, it was all twisted on itself. You know what I mean? Like just twisted.
Okay.
And like made pigtails everywhere. and the wire itself was wrapped in such a way that it was like, it was
doing the loop-de-loop.
It was loop-de-loop. This thing was from like the 1930s, I think. I don't know. So I was scared of it.
It's from an era when two prongs were optional.
I was scared of it. This thing though is cool, and honestly, I mean, okay, unless you're having to go buy the cage, the propane cage thing that you put it on, it cost you what, $3?
What?
The whole thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, the bulb was the most expensive part, right?
Absolutely, the bulb was the most expensive. But I already had the bulb.
So it was easy.
So it was out of it's an LED bulb.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So I think it was out of a lamp or something that had broken. But I mean, the bulb was still good.
So easy.
So, but it was one of those clear glass bulbs.
Yeah.
So it gives off, I don't know what it is, but like those frosted bulbs, like it just don't seem to give off as much light. But the clear glass ones, I mean, like they really, but like it's behind all that metal, but then it's coming through all the little,
the holes.
The little holes.
Yeah.
So it just gives it's a cool looking. I think I took a picture. I think I'll post it up on social.
Do it
when the episode drops.
Do it.
So, but tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before we wrap this thing up, tomorrow we're going to be at Sawyer Park Ice House.
Yep.
Doing a live episode.
Yes, we are.
With Freddie P. And like close to like 200 people.
I hope so.
So
maybe 300.
It could be.
Maybe 700.
Well, after we announce it here, clearly it will be 700 to 1,000 people
at least.
But anyway, it's election day.
Yep.
So people are going to be looking to like drink away
all their decisions.
That's right. But no, we have a big networking thing that we're going to with a bunch of contractors and service people and people that provide loans and real estate people, and they're all going to be there.
Yes, they are.
At least in the Houston area.
And we're going to be there too.
We're going to be there.
Yeah.
Doing a live show.
Yes, we are.
Talking with a couple of special guests and taking pictures with people.
Sure.
So it'll be fun.
Here's the deal. I know that there's a lot of people want to meet us.
Yeah.
I mean,
who wouldn't?
And this is your opportunity. And you need to go to Sawyer Ice Park, Ice House.
Sawyer Park.
Sawyer
Ice
Park.
House.
I can never get that right. It's a cool place.
Sponsorship.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sawyer Park Ice House. It's a really cool place.
Yeah.
And they've got a really cool outdoor area. Their indoor area is really big and open.
You can shoot
good
pool
food.
if you want to.
Yeah, shoot pool. It's good food.
You could be like those two old guys from the Muppets, just throwing insults at us from the balcony.
Did I tell you that I was at someone's house the other day and they have like this balcony and it's kind of subtle, but on the top of the balcony were those two old dudes. Like they were stuffed animals.
What just like guys' names? Do you know?
I don't know.
I know it's like
I don't remember.
Someone send that to us.
Yeah,
our brains are terrible. They're Muppets.
Anyway, it was so funny because it's not something you ever look up at, but I was sitting in the living room and I was just looking back and I went, oh, that is so good. It's so good. Oh man, it was fantastic.
Oh, good.
Come visit us. We want to see you. We want to meet you. We want to sign your autographs. That sounds weird. We want to sign your autograph. We'll sign an autograph.
Yeah.
For you. Bring a picture of us, and we'll sign it. Nobody has a picture of us.
Kevin will draw one for you.
Oh, my goodness. All I know is that we're going to have fun, and, I mean, there's going to be good food there, live entertainment. We are going to host a live show, so come hang out.
Yeah. Good times.
That's it.
Anything else?
No, man. Look, there's so much stuff that we need to talk about. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of in the middle of things.
I'm sure in about 2 weeks you're gonna have some more stories to tell.
I need a couple of weeks to get past some things, and then we're gonna talk about some home selling. But until then, thank you for downloading today's episode, for joining us on the show. If you haven't already, thank you for going ahead, clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel.
Share it
all around.
Share it.
Yeah, we'll give you money if you share it. That's not true. But anyway.
Monopoly money.
That's right. Thanks for downloading today's episode. We're here each and every Tuesday. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.